Now, my first guest this afternoon is from Loudon. She, like many, had a really tough time during COVID when her work life was turned upside down. She's a fitness instructor and coach and had to move online to keep paying the bills. But, as you'll hear in just a moment, she's made a huge success of it. Lorna Bell is here now. Good afternoon, Lorna.
Good afternoon. Thanks so much for having me.
Let's rewind to you getting into fitness then. How did all that start?
Oh gosh, from a really early age, I used to dance around the living room, making dance routines up for my sister. So it really came from dancing. I used to dance in the village locally. And then when I went to uni, I used to dance, got really involved in the dance society. And I had a year abroad as well, and almost use it to keep some kind of normality. And when you do fitness and you do it regularly, you realise it becomes so important for your mental health as well and your emotional well-being. So I continued to do it throughout all of my education. And I just always had this burning desire to be a fitness instructor and to share my passion with moving your body and feeling good. So I took a qualification. I started teaching Insanity. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
No, what's that?
Oh my goodness. It's basically the most grueling type of hit you'll ever experience in your life, but I thought it was great. So I got myself trained up in it, and it just spiraled from there. I did it part-time, and then I went full-time into fitness just before the pandemic.
Which was not great timing, not that it was your fault, but the pandemic arrived. So you've got this budding business that's about to get off the ground, and then suddenly, bosh, everything closes down. So what did you do?
Yeah, kind of. So I was working, and I still am, I work part-time at my dad's business. And obviously with COVID, that got really complicated. So then I was at home. But I was a freelancer in gyms. And of course, gyms had to close. So I kind of didn't really have anything. So I think you go into a mode of fight or flight. And a lot of the members at gyms, it does sound cheesy, but it's true. They're like friends and they're like family. Well, they are. I call them my fitness family. So I said, right, we're going to create an online squad. I had no idea what to do. I didn't even know how to use the internet properly or record anything. So I taught myself, and then I went live, and we had our first ever Zoom class the day after lockdown with 100 people in it.
Wow.
Which was incredible. It was insane.
That is amazing, isn't it? So you went from knowing nothing to a class with 100 people in it in the space of how long? In
about 24 hours.
That's mad, isn't it? That's absolutely nuts. And was it well received?
Really well received. I was so shocked. And I was shocked again. By the way, I have to say here, I had a lot of help from my husband, who we call Tech Will. He's very techie. I'm just the person who does the classes. He's in the background panicking, but he's very good at it. And yeah, after the first lockdown, I kind of thought, oh, do you know what? Everything's opened up. It's going to end now, and I was really upset about it. But I thought, I'll keep it going for everyone who wants to, because, I really enjoy it. I feel like it's part of me now. And actually, everyone stayed, and it's just grown since then. It is the most incredible thing. Incredible fitness family ever.
And is this family all over the world?
Yeah, actually. So the majority of people are from Nottingham, I guess because they knew me from the gyms. But from there, we've expanded. I've got members from London, Budapest, South Africa. One lady from Saudi's just signed up yesterday. So I think that is the beauty of online, though. You can literally do it anywhere, whenever you want. It's so flexible. Yeah. Still feel part of something.
But it's live, is it? So everyone's doing it together rather than being a recorded routine?
We actually do both. Right. So I do live every day, from Pilates in your pyjamas to Britney dance aerobics, which is really fun. So we do everything. I keep it nice and fresh, change it up, and then I record them so everyone's got that flexibility to do it when suits them and fit it into their lifestyles.
And you're able to work in any interactivity when it is live, or you just let people get on and not look at what they're doing? Because I suppose there's got to be a degree of privacy as well, hasn't there, in this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm really flexible. I say, do you know what? If you want to pop your camera on, it's great to see your face. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, that's absolutely fine. I just want everyone to come into the class knowing it's a safe place where nobody's judging them, and if they want to, they can do it in their pyjamas. That's fine.
So all 5 days of the week you have something different, do you? You mentioned the Britney thing, and what do you offer on each day of the week then?
So it changes every week. So every Friday I send a timetable out to my members and say, this is for the week ahead. Everyone get planning your diaries, what you're going to do, live or on demand. around. And then I say, if you're just starting, I recommend 2 or 3 classes. And once you've been with us for a while, I say, if you want to do a few more, great. But we change it up, and we let the members choose a class as well. So we have a quiz once a week where the winner gets to choose a class for the week ahead. But a big mixture: yoga, Pilates, dance, Zumba, combat, aerobics, step, weights classes.
And do you do all of these yourself?
Yeah, I do them all, yeah.
I mean, I imagine the skills needed for yoga are very different to weights classes, I'm guessing, really. So the fact that you're able to adapt yourself to do all these is incredible. And did that take long to achieve?
It comes quite naturally, really. I find that when I'm teaching my classes, I always say it, but I am the most mindful possible. Talk about mindfulness, shut that door, and all that matters is what I'm doing with my members in that moment. So I think you just adapt because you're so into what you're doing. And I feel very passionate about helping people in that space.
And how was it delivering these for the first time? Because I remember the first Zoom call I sat on in the pandemic. I was just looking at the screen with other people looking at the screen, and I was very self-conscious of the fact that I was just there looking. So I presume that you're moving around and doing all of that. So how did you feel when you started doing that?
Oh my goodness, my heart was in my throat. I felt physically sick. And you just don't know what's going to happen. So in the beginning you'd say, oh, Lorna, I can hear you, but not the music, and vice versa. And then, oh, Lorna got kicked out the Zoom meeting, and then the Zoom meeting had closed. And oh my gosh, it's a disaster. But you get used to it. You get to know what you're doing as well. So now, touch wood, it's very smooth running.
Very good indeed. I'll ask you where we can find more details about all of this a little bit later on. Your guest today, Lorna Bell, is here. She's from Loudham and has got this fantastic fitness business that went online during the pandemic and is continuing to thrive. More from Lorna in just a moment. Lorna Bell is here, and she's. How do I describe you? I don't just call you a fitness instructor. It feels like you're a lot more than that. A fitness guru. Will that work?
Oh, I like that. Thank you. I guess online fitness instructor and coach. Or could I be an expert?
You're definitely an expert.
I'm going to say I'm an expert now.
You're quite right too. Absolutely, you are an expert. And I'm just looking through the activities that you do to keep fit yourself. I mean, you don't really need to do any of these, surely, because you're doing the workouts each day with your fans online, your clients, your customers, call them what you will. You're there with them doing it all. But you're doing all of these amazing things. So how did you spend your weekends this weekend?
Well, this weekend I did the Beaver Triathlon yesterday. It was my first ever triathlon, and it was Olympic distance, which is it's quite a long way. Yeah, especially for a first one. But I do it.
When you say quite a long way,
yeah.
How long is it?
Okay, so it's a 1.5K swim. Then you get out.
So where were you swimming?
In a lake, just by Beaver Castle. You have to go around the lake a few times. It was a bit muddy, but I mean, it's a great experience doing out open water swimming. I'd recommend it. So you do that, then you get out and do a 40K bike ride. It's very hilly in Beaver, but you do that, and then you get off the bike and you run 10K. So that's what I did yesterday.
Isn't it uncomfortable cycling when you've just got out of a lake? I have to ask. I don't want to go into details, but it feels like it's not a great idea, really.
Oh, it's probably not the best idea, but you just get on with it.
So how? I'm being competitive, but just out of interest, how long does all of this take you to do?
So yesterday, it took me 3 hours 12 minutes to do all of that. So, I suppose when you're on the go for that long, it's quite a long time.
It is a long time. It's
all mind games. If you break it down, so swim, tick, bike, tick, run, tick, it's more manageable.
Do you teach this psychology to the people that subscribe to your podcast and to your online lessons? Because that's important. The mindset is important, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. No, I practice what I preach, and I'm always saying that, don't think about the whole staircase, just think about the step in front, because you won't get anywhere thinking about the whole entire thing. Oh,
I like that. That's really good advice. And then you've done the 3 Peaks twice, but different 3 Peaks.
Yeah, we did the Yorkshire 3 Peaks, and we actually we did it as a squad, and we raised the money for the Children's Bereavement Centre in Newark, and so that was an amazing thing to do. Incredible experience. And then we did I did the 24-hour one, the National 3 Peaks, with Will, my husband, and my best friend Jenny.
I've toyed with the idea of doing that myself. I mean, I've never got around to doing it, but I've done all individually the 3 Peaks, but it must be wearing to do all 3 on one weekend, isn't it?
Yes, it absolutely is. I'm not going to lie, it is a challenge. But then when you do it, that feeling afterwards, it's just amazing. And I think that's really how you build up mental toughness and mental strength. And I always say, you do the hard things for an easy life. So just keep doing hard stuff and everything else will feel easier.
So most people start at Ben Nevis, I think, in Scotland. Is that where you started?
That's right, yeah. So we started in Ben Nevis, then we drove down to Scafell. So we did that in the middle of the night, and you have to cross the water as well. That was pretty terrifying, I'm not going to lie. And then after that, you do Snowdon, and you're meant to come down, I think, for the sunrise or something. And yeah, we came down quite early in the morning, and then my husband went off to get some chips at about, I think it was 8 o'clock in the morning or something.
I can't fault him, really. I'd want a bag of chips if I'd done all of that, I think, really. And then in November, Ultra Ballroom. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, yes. So I made it my mission that I was going to do lots of challenges and lots for charity this year. So I'm doing that for cancer research, and you get, I think it's 8 weeks of professional dance lessons. So I'm dragging my sister along for this one. And everything you make, so the ticket sales and sponsorship goes to cancer research.
You've raised. I mean, you don't want to be. Well, you'd be very modest about this, but I should say you have raised a lot of money for charities, haven't you? Do you want to mention an amount? Yeah,
we've raised just over £8,000 for charity. And maybe a little bit more since we've been going from the start of the pandemic. But yeah, we've done a lot. And last December, we also took loads of food donations down to the Meadows Food Bank and the Arnold Food Bank, and definitely want to do that again. That was incredible.
Oh, it's amazing. Well, more power to your elbow. That is absolutely fantastic. So tomorrow morning, then, what are you offering tomorrow morning? Is it a Brittany one? Is it, do you know your timetable off by heart?
Oh my gosh, I wish I did. We change it every week. So tomorrow, I believe. See, my squaddies will probably know this better than me. I believe I'm doing Pilates. And then after then, I think it's Sculpt versus Combat. So that basically...
It's what?
Yeah, so we like to do mashups. So that's going to be a sweaty, low impact, so you don't jump, but high intensity class versus Combat, so punching the air, and Pilates as well. So 2 quite different classes.
You can't do them at the same time.
Oh no, not at the same time. Maybe
even
we could.
Even I know that you can't do that. Where do we find you online? Because it sounds incredible what you're doing there, and I can see your squaddies there have got your back in a big way, haven't they?
They really have. They really, really have. We've all got each other. So you can find me at lornamariefitness.co.uk or on social media.
Thank you so much for calling in. Congratulations on what you're doing. Good luck with everything else. I mean, you're taking a lot on, but I have a sneaking suspicion you're going to smash all of it. So, Lorna, thank you very much indeed for being here on BBC Radio Nottingham today. Much appreciated.
Thank you.